Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. So today I've got a hydraulic coupler, and it's one of the flat face couplers, and this is the male side. And with the equipment I've got these things all over the place. So one of the problems I've had is these male couplers, I seem to break the seal in these a lot. And that's not an O-ring, it's kind of square, but everything I found says you can just replace these couplers instead of trying to repair them. But that seems pretty wasteful, even though these things are only about 25 bucks. You know, if I can put a $2 O-ring in there and make it work, I figure, why wouldn't we? So let's check it out. And these are how I've been buying these couplers. You can just get them off Amazon, and basically they're $25 a set is what I've been finding. So the first couple of these I broke, they lasted quite a while. And I just hate the idea of throwing that away. So let's try something out here. So I'm going to just take a flat-faced drift pin and push down on this flat-faced coupler. And then I'm going to take this zip tie and wedge that into that hole so that stays down. So check that out. Oop. There we go. So check that out. So what I did was I just pushed the male portion, the plunger, in with this drift pin, and then stuck a zip tie between that plunger and the edge of the thing. And now you can see that seal in there. And so I'm going to go ahead and pull that out and check it out, see if we can find an O-ring that's basically the same size. Okay, and look at this. It's going to come out real easy. Other than maybe around that zip tie. There we go. So there's our seal. And you can kind of see the size of it there. You got to hold it in the camera. So there's that seal, and you can see the size. And I don't know where it broke first. It's got two breaks in it, but somehow that broke. And then when I tried to operate the implement, which on this case it was the thumb on my little mini excavator, but hydraulic oil just came pouring out of that fitting. And when I got it out, it looked just like I showed you, where part of that seal, that little gasket, was sticking out of it. And it sits, you can see that rim, it just sits in there, and there's nothing else in there. There's no backing plate or anything like that, which when I Googled these, they said there was a backing plate, but I believe that is for the female coupler. So what I'm going to do is go to the hydraulic shop and just get an O-ring, unless they happen to have these seals, which I've been told they don't. But I'll be right back with you. Let's run to the hydraulic shop. Okay, so I just got back from the hydraulic shop, and the best we could come up with for a replacement for this square seal is this O-ring here. And this O-ring is 5/8 ID and 13/16 OD. I'm not sure what the thickness is. It's bigger than an 1/8, but just barely bigger. Anyway, I picked up a pack of about 6 of these, and I'll just keep them around. But let's put this in and try it out. So 625 is 5/8. And that fits on there. So let's check out the 13/16. Okay, so 13/16 is 0.8125. And lining that up, you know, it's round and squishy, but that looks like 13/16 to me. So let's check this out. Then the thickness of this seems to be about 0.1. I think I'm squishing a little bit there. So about 0.1, so it's not an 1/8, which I thought maybe it was. I guess 3/32. Let's see what that is. So 3/32 is 0.09. So 3/32 is 0.09. 3. So that's probably a 3/32 O-ring. So that's a 3/32 O-ring thickness, 5/8 inside diameter and 7/8 outside diameter. And then the other thing is there's a measurement called durometer. And this is a 90 durometer O-ring, which is made for hydraulics. And like I said, I got these at the hydraulic shop. I've seen them like on Granger and stuff. The ones at Amazon, I didn't see any 90 durometer. Those were 70. And those are like for your water fittings and stuff. So let's check out these, which again, I got these from my local hydraulic shop. Here they are on the Granger website. So it's O-ring number 114, and it's a 5/8 inside diameter by 13/16 outside diameter, and a 90 Shore A, that's the 90 durometer. So 50 of them there is 1353. So not too bad. My local guy looked at this, saw what I was doing. He goes, I can't guarantee it'll work, but you can try it out. And he just handed me a pack of 6 of them. So big shout out to them. And just in case he wasn't supposed to do that, I won't say their name, but my local hydraulic shop that's fixed some fittings and some lines for me in the past. So I'll definitely be back. Okay, so let's put this in. Now to make this have the best shot at working, I'm gonna go ahead and just put some hydraulic oil. I got a cap full of it there that is used in the machine. So that's just my regular hydraulic fluid that's in the mini excavator. And I'm just gonna coat that O-ring with that. Then I'm gonna slide it down this zip tie and just start working it in to that groove. Oops, went past it. It's not difficult at all to do, and it'd take you a lot less time if you weren't trying to film it, I'm sure. So the O-ring is in there, and it's got a light coating of the hydraulic fluid on it. So now what I'll do is kind of backwards of the whatever disassembly process. Let me zoom you in. Okay, I'll take my flat face punch, push down on the plunger, pull the zip tie out, and then let the plunger come back up. Okay, and after getting a little of that grease on there, that seems to go in and out pretty smooth. It held up at first, just working its way over that O-ring. So I think that's gonna work. So let's go put this on the machine and check it out. All right, so this is the fitting that I replaced that was leaking. So this is the new one. And here is where the old one leaked. And you can see as I backed it out the door to go switch them, left a little bit of a trail. But this fitting I bought off Amazon, and the fitting that I just repaired actually is the fitting that came on this excavator, and it's a Parker fitting. And the guy at the hydraulic shop told me that, he said, you really can't do any better than Parker. They're USA made, and they're the best ones they sell. But he also said this fitting by itself is about 60 bucks. I bought this fitting along with a matching female one, and I only paid 25 for the pair. So, like I said, it's possible this fitting won't last as long anyway, but it has the exact same seal in it. So that's kind of weird. Okay, these are the fittings that I bought off Amazon, and they did go up a little bit. They are now $33 for a set, but you can see them on there. There might, if you scroll through, you might be able to find a better deal, but anyway, well, there they are. There's 2 sets for 52. So, like I said, you can still get them for about $25 for a set. He told me this one fitting was about 60 bucks. So he said, that's not a bad deal if they work. The thing that gets me is nobody wants to rebuild these things. Even the kid at the hydraulic shop said normally they just put a new fitting on them. Okay, so let's pop this fitting off. There we go. And like I said, this is a fitting that I bought off Amazon, but it looks the exact same as that Parker fitting that came on here. See if we can see a name on this one. Okay, so this one is actually a Summit. And I've heard of Summit Hydraulics. I have no idea if it's the same company or not, but this one worked and pretty good price. Okay, let's go ahead and change this fitting out. All right, so this particular one uses an 1 7/16" wrench, and I just use an adjustable on the other side. There we go. Okay, so we'll take this off, and I'm going to keep this hose kind of up in the air to try to not lose too much hydraulic fluid. There's a little bit we lost, but not bad. Okay, I'll go ahead and put some new Blue Monster thread tape on this. Take the old Blue Monster off, and this fitting was only on here maybe 2 weeks, and it wasn't leaking, but I wanted to put this one that I just put the O-ring on back on it and find out if it's going to leak or not. There we go. There's the old Blue Monster. Okay, with that cleaned up, let's put some new Teflon tape on here. And like I said, I've quit having a lot of problems that I had with Teflon tape once I switched to this Blue Monster. This stuff's nice. Oops, I just flung oil over myself. Okay, and if you hold the fitting in your right hand or left hand like that, and then wrap this around with your right hand, I found I never end up getting the stuff on backwards, which I used to do pretty frequently. Take the Parker fitting that I just put the O-ring in, just to verify there's the Parker. I'd show you the O-ring, but I can't push it down far enough, I think, for you to see it because my finger's in the way. But let's go ahead and put this on here. Get it all threaded on. Let me tighten it up. Now this fitting takes 1 1/4 wrench. The adjustable's the same size. Snug that down nice and tight. Ought to do it. Plug her back in and see if it leaks. Okay. This should just pop in there. Let's see if it does. Yep. There we go. Okay, it's plugged in. If you have trouble getting the quick connect, I use this Irwin X-Boom connector quite a bit, and it does work. The other thing I do to help ease the pressure is the thumb hammer selector on this excavator is right down here. It's under a little rubber cover. And what I do is I just take a wrench and we'll move that. It's on hammer right now, but I'll just twist that, and that seems to relieve the pressure. So let's make sure it's back in thumb. Put our little rubber cover back in place. There we go. So with our selector, thumb hammer selector back on thumb, we'll start it up and see what happens. All right, I'll fire it up. If it leaks, it should leak right away. All right, so I fired it up and I operated the thumb back and forth a little bit, and we don't have a drop of leak, so perfect. That's a fix, and it definitely saved minimum $25, maximum maybe 60 bucks for what I got was free O-rings. But even if you have to buy them, they're pretty cheap. Just remember to get the 90 durometer. All right, well, that worked fantastically. So some free O-rings that my hydraulic shop gave me. a flat face punch and a zip tie, and I was able to repair that flat face coupler. And I've been using equipment that has these couplers for about 4 years now, and this is, I think it was the third one that ever went bad. And the only thing I could find was people said, well, just replace the coupler, which I did, and that's why I bought these off Amazon. But it just seemed like a waste to throw that giant coupler away when all it really had wrong with it was this little seal. And I can't find these seals anyplace. But that O-ring with a 90 durometer size, I guess, they work like a champ. And we're back in business. All right, well, that's our video. And I hope you're able to repair some of your flat face couplers as well. Save you some money. But if you like this content, give us a thumbs up. It absolutely helps the channel. And we invite you to subscribe to see more. Have a great day and be safe.